Welcome to the Starship Bridge Academy Chaos of War overview. The Kittimer Accord governs this war activity. Since you're anxious to start shooting each other, I'll move quickly through the material. I'll cover fleet collaboration, equity and allocations, goals, scoring, specialized assets, and the end of the conflict. The Chaos of War simulation allows for a 2, 3, or 4-sided engagement. The simulator supports a maximum of 32 ships, so the number of player ships per faction is limited as shown here. Following the Kittimer Accord, every aspect has been carefully arranged to make an equal contest. The simulated asteroids, stations, nebula, black holes, wormholes, friendly fleets, etc. are all symmetric, so that the results of the conflict come down to the abilities of the crews. The named stellar phenomenon at the center of the area is the only exception to the symmetry. Each faction has a two-faceted goal: protect their own assets while destroying their opponent's assets. Each faction is given a score based on their assets. The assets fall into 3 categories: stations, player ships, and non-player characters, or NPCs. NPCs include ships and scientists. Each individual asset has a value, which is then weighted based on importance. Stations are weighted at 60%, player ships at 30%, and NPCs at 10%. A banner on the relay console shows these score summaries per faction on a constantly updated basis. This banner also shows the time remaining before the war ends, and the scores are compared to determine the victor. Each ship's relay officer may obtain detailed scoring data by contacting a friendly station and asking the question, "What ends the war?" The response includes the ending criteria, each faction's current score compared to their starting score, the asset category list and the associated weights, and a button to click for each category should the details within the category be desired. An external web page with a graphical portrayal of these summary values for each faction will be made available to the players. The scientists count amongst the NPCs for each faction, but they also continue their work. Sometimes this work may require some help. The work results may benefit a faction beyond simple scoring. If an asset is destroyed while a scientist is aboard, the scientist is destroyed along with the asset. The war simulation ends when one of 4 things happen: time expires, one or more players falls below half of their original score value, a faction score is 20% or more ahead of the nearest faction score, or a faction score is 20% or more behind the nearest faction score. When one of these conditions occur, the war simulation ends, the assets evaluated, and a victor is declared. This concludes the Chaos of War training course. Good luck in your war efforts. Kapla!